Hey guys, how's it going? Josh Spoon here with the Producer's Kitchen, and I want to let you know about a new series I'm doing that's starting right now called Tasty Samples. This is going to be a series where I go and show you how to do creative things with samples, one-shots, loops, all sorts of things. And today, starting out, we're going to work with a sample pack by Mode Audio called Float. And on my personal page, I did a video, and it's right here. And you can look at it in the description below also. And what that is a song I made totally off of loops from Mode Audio's Float. And I'm going to show you now how I did that. I'm going to break it down track by track. Also, I'm doing a giveaway, so if you click right here right now or look in the description, you can enter in for a drawing to win free Mode Audio content. So definitely sign up for that. Okay, so let's check out the video of the breakdown of the track. All right, so let's take a look at some of the loops that I used from this pack. First one off is the drums. So all I did was a lot of these I just took pieces of the loops and then reused them in a different way. So if we take a look at the drums over here, we can see that it's just the same loop loaded up in the simpler, and it's warped, so I can play it back at any pitch and it's going to stay in time. So I'm just going to solo these drums, and you can hear. So that's what I did. I would just play a note, and then while I'm playing that note, I would choose a different pitch to play over it. So it makes this kind of wonky, sleepy kind of drum beat. And to not just have the same loop playing that's already been produced by Mode Audio, I just change it up a little bit. You don't always have to do a ton of work in a sample, and you don't always have to just use the sample as is. You can just tweak it just a little bit. So let's take a look at, the MIDI and see how I did it. So I have it repeating. So you can see right there, that's an example of letting the main pitch ride and then adding other pitches on top of it. Next, if we look, we have the bass loop that I used. I really like the sound, but I didn't necessarily want to use it the way that it was constructed. So if you look at the push, you'll see that I changed some of the loop information so that I can easily just have this section loop, not necessarily seamlessly, but pretty well. The great thing about it not looping perfectly is it adds a little bit of texture and just a little bit of that kind of wonky feel that I'm looking for. Okay, let's have a little listen to that bass track. Next one is, I use this guitar loop here and I just chopped it up a little bit. So I'll play the original. So that's the sample right there. And then all I did with that is I loaded it in. And then on the push, I just changed the sensitivity to about 89. I just turned it, and then I found it to be a comfortable spot. And so I was able to just play the parts that I wanted and select those. So here's the guitar part by itself. Yeah, so you can hear just, using that little guitar part, just added a little bit of a nice softer side to all this bassy wonkiness. And lastly is the chords that I use. So let me play you the original. So that's the original. And what I did, once again, in simpler, so as you can see, all I did is just grab a section of it. I didn't change anything. Most of these samples I'll mention, I did tune them. I tuned them to around C. It's not necessarily perfect because these are chords and different things that are happening in different keys. As you can see, this one's an F. So I transposed this down. So all these have been transposed around to get close to C. But what I did with this one, all I did was just put a auto filter on there to get rid of some of the high frequencies. So if I play it with a little subdued, so I thought that was nice. I could have used this filter on here, but for some reason I didn't. I think I was trying to use some sort of envelope or LFO on the filter, and so I think that's why I was over there. So now I'm just going to solo this, and I'll play a little bit. So you can see the playback happening here and what's happening as I'm pressing each key. So it's running through the file and playing like different notes. And there's texture happening as it's playing different notes. So it just makes for a nice rich loop. I think there's some filter sweeps, some pitch envelope happening in the loop. So I was able to just take advantage of that and add that in. Hope you guys enjoyed that, taking loops from a sample pack and making them your own. Don't forget to sign up for the giveaway, and I'll see you next episode.